welcome back. It's Sunday, it's 2 p.m. CET, and it's time for the, Bahrain Grand Prix here in, who would have thought, Bahrain International Circuit. With me, as always, Dan, Chrissy, and Ale, all in their respectable cars. We're gonna do the thing, we're gonna cut straight to the chase and tell you how it is. As always, Dan will go into the track history maybe a bit and into the specialities that happen here around this track with a small lap around the circuit. So you probably have seen it in the qualifying, but just to get you around again to see what happens. Then we will go into the qualifying results, into our thoughts, what we think we can achieve today. After that, it's a small look at the grid again. And, then the moment you all have been waiting for, when the green lights will go out for the first time since 6 years. So I hand it over to Dan, because he will tell us everything. And after that we have our thoughts, the grid, and the race.
Yeah, so let's have a quick look on the 2010 real-life Bahrain Grand Prix. The main headline was obviously that Michael Schumacher came back after 4 years away. And he did a so-so performance. Could have been better, could have been worse. But everyone was still very optimistic about this comeback and how it will turn out. Put it on pole. Sebastian Vettel put it on pole in the Red Bull in front of Felipe Massa in second and Fernando Alonso in third. So the Ferraris were also very quick. Jenson Button didn't have such a good qualifying and also not a very good first race for McLaren. Just qualifying in, I think it was 8th and finishing in 7th. The race was really boring and because of two reasons. First of all, because of the layout. The endurance layout wasn't suitable for F1 cars. The lap times were really, really slow. They did like 2-minute lap times in the beginning because of the fuel load. And also because of the tires. Everyone was so careful about the tires with the super softs that there wasn't really much fighting going around. The Ferraris kept Vettel on his toes for the whole race, but he really looked like he was in control of that race. But then in the last stint, something happened with his exhaust and he lost power from the engine. And that's where Alonso and Massa gained both position, took the lead, and Alonso just ran away with it. He was so fast after he passed the Red Bull that everyone was basically pretty sure that even if the exhaust thing didn't happen on Vettel's car, Alonso would have passed Vettel and took the race, because he was so fast after that. He took basically like over 20 seconds for Massa in like 10 to 15 laps. And he was really storming to his first victory, and he did that like Kimi Räikkönen also did in 2007. And I think Menzel also won his first race for Ferrari, and Ascari did as well. So there are just like 4 people or something like that winning the first race for Ferrari, and took the lead in the championship for the first time since 2007. And after the qualifying results that you will see in just a moment, let's hear from the drivers what their expectations are. Starting with, I think, Sebastian, I think you qualified the
P4
worst of it. Yeah.
Worst.
The worst in fourth. It's such a bad result. Tell me, this was your first qualifying session in like 6 years. How did the car feel? How was your how were your feelings about your qualifying? Do you think you could have done better? Do you think this was the maximum? Tell us a little bit.
We had some issues in the practice sessions with the gearbox and the tires. We were losing grip in at the end of the second sector. We didn't have the best grip on the rears. I think you also discovered that at the beginning. We found a solution for that, basically increasing a bit of downforce and taking a bit out of the gearbox in terms of the gearing to make the car respond better to the gear shifts, especially in the lower gears. They were really aggressive. Obviously, double diffuser's gone, so we don't have the good rear anymore that much. But we will get better there. Hopefully, we could do these same changes quickly. I think there was a bit more in the car in qualifying. Obviously, you see the gap. It's still a second to you and LA. I think I could have gone to P3. I don't think I could have gone to P2 or P1, but I'm happy that I'm in front, and I thought it would be way worse for the first session. Obviously, everyone will improve over the next couple races, so I have to stay on my toes, see that everything works. But for now, I was happy with the car. I think the problems mainly, but that's I think for everyone, is like turn 1, turn 2. That's the weirdest combination in Bahrain. And obviously in the second sector, the uphill left and right will go really hard on the tires when you're later in the stint. So we have to watch out that we don't overcook it. And I think we can have a good result here today.
Yeah, what are your expectations? Do you aim for a podium or?
I mean, I guess aiming for a podium would be saying it's easy, right? There's one position. But like I said in the pre-race show, like in the introduction, everything up to P6 is fine. If we have a mistake, I hope we can claw back what we lose, but I will be happy if we're just up there. That we are there, basically. Points matter.
Okay, then good luck for the race, and let's head over to Chrissy. Yeah, that was a really good first qualifying for you. P3 in front of your teammate, and also in front of the A team of Red Bull Racing. Tell us your thoughts, and yeah, what are your expectations?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised that the A team wasn't really showing up today. Obviously, I was very happy with the result. Glad that I beat Seb, which wasn't really my goal, but I take that definitely. And yeah, the goal is to maybe stay in P3, because I feel like Seb and I will have a great fight if I don't make the mistakes I still make. Because early in, still as a rookie, I make these mistakes which I need to definitely get rid of in this season. But yeah, I hope for a good result. Definitely, I think points in this race should be the goal, definitely now. And I'm glad that Jaime also did a great result in the quali. Let's see where we can take these cars today.
What are your expectations in terms of strategy? A lot of people said that it's very critical with the fuel load, that maybe some will do 3 stops instead of just 2. How is the situation at Toro Rosso?
I definitely can tell you that fuel-wise, for me, it won't be a problem. So, but that's all I can say, to be honest.
Okay, then good luck. And yeah, LA, also a very good first qualifying result. Nearly took pole position. That really came as a surprise, didn't it?
Yeah, totally. This car, way better than what we were expecting. We weren't expecting it to be that quick, but yeah, it did really good. It felt great, actually, to be honest. Just everything worked together on the lap, and yeah, shame to miss out. Yeah, very happy. I can't complain with P2.
Yeah, also another big talking point this weekend was just the fuel load, but also tires, because in terms of performance, it seemed that medium and super soft were very closely matched. What are your expectations regarding this matter?
I mean, for the race, I totally believe that there's not really much in it. The only problem is that super soft just overheats too much, and that's why you can't get the better pace. Because if you're pushing straight away from the get-go, it won't deliver. It's okay on a quali lap, it's not a heavy car, and that's why it's ultimately probably quicker. But in the race, it's just not a viable option at the moment.
Okay, one last question. Do you think you can go for the win?
Well, I'll give it a shot.
Okay then, good luck, and yeah, see you at the finish line.
Thank you very much.
Quick one to you, obviously, Dan.
Yeah.
So yeah, pole position, comeback. It was really tight though. I think the last sector settled it, but it was over the lap. Really, really close qualifying. What do you think about the fuel strategy today? Do you think the Mercs can handle that? or do they have maybe a bit too much power to go good with the fuel consumption?
I think we can. I think the main thing that we have to keep an eye on is basically just be smart on the fuel, keep that in mind, and basically don't panic if there's any pressure, and don't run too fast, too early, and yeah, basically try to get it to the finish line, and yeah, go from there basically.
So what do you think about the competition in that thing? Like, do you think the new, I would just call it like hot shots right now, Chrissy and Alejandro in the sport, I think that's a very good debut for them, qualifying that high. Do you think they can maybe get that, well, get the heart pumping again, let's say it like that? Because it was obviously a really long time ago since Booby, Mark and I tried to hunt you down, and now there's new blood to be spilled, I guess.
Yeah, well, first of all, congratulations to both of them. That was really unexpected. I think no one in the paddock expected that. And but for that matter, I think no one expected us to put it on pole. I certainly didn't. So now we are in a very tasty position, actually, with yeah, 2 young hotshots in behind me, and also being on pole. Yeah, it's great, of course, but as you said, there's still a lot of rust, and we have done this for quite some time. Yeah, I think we can basically just wait and see how everything will develop, and yeah, so much new things are happening here, and I don't know. I mean, I really can't give any how do you say, any explanation what we will see here. I think the main thing that we are keeping an eye on is keeping it on track. Don't make too many mistakes, and yeah, hopefully we can have a good race.
Yeah, I think a big thing is also with many people maybe thinking now that, oh, look at these 4 people, they're just running away with it against the competition. As we saw with Braun, you can have a good car at the beginning, but it can also crumble away over the season, or maybe even to one race. So who knows? Maybe Merck is just really happy and lucky right now to be in this position, to have that pole position, to maybe get that win or good result, but who knows? Australia is a whole different level, a whole different track, and maybe it will just change over the course. So who knows?
Yeah, right. And also, I mean, performance is good, but if you can apply this performance just over 1 lap or over 2 laps, and then you drop, then this will get you nowhere. And what I can see from the whole field, of course, they are doing slower lap times right now, but they are doing them consistently and without any mistakes. And this is something that we also have to do. And then we should be fine. If there will be mistakes, if we are unreliable, then of course everything will change. And yeah, this is something that we will find out in the race.
Yeah, and I think,
so,
yeah, I would say it's time then. It's time to dust off that steering wheel for after such a long time. And we're gonna go on board as we always did.
Yeah, okay, then here we go. Of course, the pit lane is very, very big. It's not like in Imola where it was very close. So here we go. 80, of course, is the speed limit. Then we go onto the start-finish straight, where also the speed trap is, approximately 200 meters before the braking point. And then here turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3, very tight. You can go to different lines there. Then you have first back straight with another big braking zone coming up, very good overtaking opportunity. You can take this in 3rd gear on race pace. Then you have turn 5 and turn 6, which is downhill chicane. And then you have an up downhill braking again for this hairpin here, which is turn 8, should be. And then the most critical part, double left. You brake downhill again for this double left-hander of turn 9 and turn 10, which I will wonder how it will look after the race with everyone looking up there. Then you have turn 11. This is a tricky part of the circuit because it's very understeery. You think you can take much more speed to it, but then you can't. Then you have here turn 12, this uphill right-hander. The back end wants to slip there, which I experienced during practice. Turn 13, which sets you up nicely for the last back straight, where you will crack the 300 kilometers per hour again. And then the last two turns, 14 and here 15. I know this is a turn. Doesn't look like a turn, but it is. And then obviously you have the start-finish straight. And this is the lap. So we have 5.4 kilometers in complete length, 15 turns, speed trap around 200 meters before turn 1, where we saw speeds up to 320 kilometers per hour, I think. In the slipstream, maybe if you can get a really good run out of the last two corners and really tuck behind the car in front, you can get even faster. And yeah, most critical points are turn 9 and turn 10, but also the first three corners, especially for the start, because you can go around the outside in turn 1, which turns to the inside then on turn 2. And yeah, hopefully you don't have a car going off after turn 3, like we saw in last year December with that horrible fire accident. But I think this won't happen here. What we didn't took a look on was the qualifying results. We didn't have a look on this, did we?
True.
Yeah. Right.
But
So
we're coming to that.
yeah. So now once again the qualifying results. As you heard, I put it on pole. First pole after the comeback, which is nice. First pole position for Mercedes since the 1950s, which is also nice. So yeah, that's really cool. Then of course Ali in second, very good qualifying result as well. He was on pole for the majority qualifying, then got snatched it away from the Mercedes tactics. Prix in third, also very good qualifying result for him. Then Basti Sepp in fourth. Then another really good result is Lucas Di Grassi in fifth in the Virgin team, out qualifying Timo Glock. I think no one expected that. Then Jaime Alguersuari in sixth. Mark Webber beat Sebastian Vettel in seventh. Then Rubens Barrichello in eighth position. Jenson Button in ninth, the reigning world champion. He actually beat Lewis Hamilton, but as you can see, Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, the teams that everyone expected to be on the front rows, they are just in the mid-pack, which was really surprising actually. Sebastian Vettel then rounds off the top 10. Then we have Alonso in 11th and Heikki Kovalainen in the first Lotus, who were really strong in practice. And I think they are now in warm-up, aren't they? Know that they are not there in 9th and 12th. Then Lewis Hamilton just be 13 for him, in front of Timo Glock and Vitantonio Liuzzi. Then De La Rosa in 16th and Chantok in 17th. Kubica just be 18, really disappointing for him, even more so for Felipe Massa, who just qualified in P19. Then we have Kamui Kobayashi in the second Sauber in 20th, and Adrian Sutil in 21st, Jarno Trulli only 22nd, Vitaly Petrov in 23rd, and Nico Hülkenberg is last in 24th. Also notice that Adrian Sutil, Jarno Trulli, Vitaly Petrov and Hülkenberg, they all got DQ'd from qualifying because they exceeded the amount of lap times that they were allowed to do. So yeah, this basically sets the tone for the race, which we are about to do now.
Yes, and we also saw a bit of the grid there in a quick succession. But yeah, I hope you all looking forward to the first time when the lights will go out. We have a small intermission, and then I see you again in the middle of the grid when we will go in. As always, you might remember it from back then, or to all the new viewers obviously. Every one of us has one restart they can take, but only for the first lap. So if something goes horrible wrong in the first lap for either of us, they can say restart. There's no intervention, no matter what happens. We will straight up restart the race. You will see the outtakes at the end, obviously. That's always been a thing. And yeah, so just so you know that that can happen. And you can be happy at the end of the video if there's a couple outtakes. Because, well, there will be some hotspots. I'm only saying Monte Carlo. where there might be really funny outtakes in terms of funny things happening. But yeah, I hope the race will go clean. We have a what's it called, launch control in this car, so the start should be all right. Some final checks now before the race, and we see you in a moment. Here we are, not on the grid, but definitely in the starting phase. Setup is loaded, fuel is in, tires are selected. 20 seconds until the engines will roar once more after a long time. I'm gonna grid at like 10. We have time. And we have a good look to the front. 5 lights will be about to extinguish. But first they come on. Here they go. Good luck to everyone.
Good luck, have fun.
And yeah, welcome to the 2010 season. It's lights out. And a really good start by Mark Webber. That's something you don't see. The lockups into turn 1. I got a bit squeezed there. I got obviously overtaking the hardest part for me. Yeah, I also really good.
Yeah, we were 3 wide. Wait.
So that was my first lockup. Sebastian lost 2 places, I think.
Yeah, Weber had a really good start. He like came from the back.
I felt like Prix also had a really good start. He was right up my gearbox.
I needed to lift because I was like, I'm gonna be rather be a bit cautious. Then Big Rusty was like all over us. Oh, and Ellie, I think I hit you in the turn 2.
Both of you hit me on the straight part. Yeah, it was a bit aggressive on the start, and then on the straight you
But
came
also
over.
it's Kaching time.
Because the grass was left a bit.
Ching
bit-
time.
Yeah.
It's time. There are no restarts anymore.
Alright, yeah.
So time for the first order. So we have myself in 1, Ellie in 2nd, Prix in 3rd, then we have Sebastian in 4th. And Sebastian actually now in 5th, Weber in 6th. Vettel is up to 7th, Barrichello in 8th, Agaswari in 9th, and Alonso up to 10th.
Yeah, Di Grossi doing crazy job here.
Lock in 12th.
Prissy with a small moment. But it's all good. More lockups into turn 10. AI obviously really strong on the acceleration. But yeah, like I said, my eyes are set on that P3, maybe P4. And maybe now with the slipstream. By the way, in the HUD in the middle, you can always see the yellow, the green or the red arrow. If it's red, I'm losing to the car ahead or front. If it's green, I'm gaining. That's a small bit of advice, and it seems like Dan's prophecy might be a true, because it seems like Chrissy and me will maybe have a fight here. There's a Polar, someone hit that. Yeah, I think at the moment everything really civilized. Start was all over the place, but everyone managed really well. Obviously also now the part where everyone kind of puts the head down. Beginning of the race, it's a long one. 28 laps.
Yeah.
We're racing distances measured by 150 kilometers that we always did. And then obviously divided by the track length. And I always add a lap. Like if it's 27.6, it will be a 28 lap race. So it's always half and a bit more. But at the moment, everything kind of gone down. I just need to watch out in my special corners. I was never good at that first sector in Bahrain, but like I always said, if you can see someone, you can catch them. But then also someone with a red cap said, if you catch someone, you also need to be able to overtake them.
Yeah, catching them is always one thing, but then getting by is always much more difficult.
Or you just put the monkey like that.
We'll press all the buttons then, Chrissy. There we have
They
a good,
always.
healthy gap at the moment to the Grassi. Not much, but also we don't know what the other drivers do with the strategies, so who knows. At the moment I'm having a bit of a fuel problem, but we'll see how it goes.
At the moment, everyone is increasing in terms of pace. Everyone is setting personal bests. Which
Yeah,
is
the good thing
natural.
is finding your pace and maintaining it is not that hard.
Yeah, things will get tasty when the tires start to degrade.
Yep. But maybe one thing we didn't actually scratch in the pre-race show or introduction. Why am I running the Michael helmet? It's more like a tribute at the moment. But maybe there will be my own style also soon for the next couple races. Because he was obviously my teammate for a long time. And a really competitive driver while we were driving. But the gaps obviously have increased now a lot, but as we know in Formula 1, the overtakes don't just happen, they happen over a long time.
Yeah, what we also did scratch on is DRS, I say, KS was introduced in 2009. It's still possible to race it, but all the teams decided to not use it because of the increased weight. So they are not using it now. Tires are still holding on very, very nice.
Yep. it also feels like you think they would be getting worse, but they actually get better.
Yeah.
Also, something funny I noticed, someone at the start of the race gave me the booby upgrade package. Basically means the yellow front rear wing.
Yeah, it's no better.
Yeah, that's now actually better. That's the setup adjustment I needed.
Yeah, that was always funny because you got the hit and then you went faster.
Yeah. Because it was actually the less rear wing you needed and not more in the setup.
So you both are the closest at the moment.
Yep, at the moment, apart from obviously all the other drivers.
Yeah. There's already one guy who's very far behind.
Oh, it's Alonso.
Like,
He made a pit stop.
So he maybe haven't had a crash or something like this. Are you sure about that? With the pit stop?
It shows for me that he pitted.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe then he probably had a crash.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe lost this one thing.
That's a really classical F1 race right now. Everyone trying to catch the guy in front of him.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see how second stint will
Small
turn out
spin
to
there
be.
by Chrissy. He managed to get by safely, but he didn't lose much of a position. Now on P4, the gap is still small, so we can't relax, basically. Yeah, many people are pitting. It's that time soon.
Yeah, this will stretch out the field even more. By the way, when are you going to pit?
Yeah, that's actually a thing we have to consider.
Yeah, I was trying to get
I
this
think you can
sorted,
pit whenever you want because the gap is big enough,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Well, let's just make it like in reality. The guy who is front can.
Yeah. Ooh, almost lost it there. Last corner, Chrissy now getting by again. But we might be able to get it back on the slipstream.
Still setting possible bests in the sector. It's nice. So with the whole field coming in so early, I think they will do 3 stops.
Chrissy and me fighting with potatoes as tires. Right now. Squeezing it all out of these bridge stones. Oh, that was the curb. What's the wrong
in the
button?
pit.
Did you hit the pit limit?
Yeah, I wanted to request.
Yeah, happened to me as well. So I blinked first of the front cars. came out just behind. I think it's actually... Ah, it's you two.
Yep. The good thing is, with the aero of these cars, obviously there was the big aero cut after 2008.
But
I can feel that right now with Chrissy. I can follow him really good. At least it worked in the simulation. Need to watch out here with the fuel load and everything, and that we set up the pit stop correctly for the fueling.
so Ellie now in the pits.
Felt the engine sputter there for a moment. That was the moment. Almost too much safe. 5 seconds. Quick crew here.
How fast were you? So,
Huh? 5 seconds.
drop Toro Rosso boys. 4.7.
Damn. Then now we got new boots. So the gaps have been increased. Everyone pitted once. There were some other drivers who pitted almost with us, so there might be some different strategies.
Yeah, right.
Is that going quiet?
Turn 10 could almost be named Chrissy Corner, because every time I see him, I see the big smoke. The big smoke.
I'm glad that I don't get flat spots.
Yeah, that's true.
Setting new fastest lap for 131.1.
So we need to get back there now.
Already a lot of traces of flat spots.
I feel like half of them are mine.
I had my fair share of them as well. So I feel like it's really like the realistic race, the real race. It's a lot of managing going around.
There's definitely a fight to see though between us. Like I think LA just waiting for the tiniest mistakes in front. And I'm just trying to catch up to Chrissy. He's doing his best that he can at the moment to keep the car in line and fast. Yeah, the Grassi doing a really good job right now, P5. Then it's the Red Bulls.
You also did personal best just then.
I hate those corners.
Yeah, the first corners I like. You either like them or not. You need to know how to do them. But I think that's what is the same for everyone right now. It's like every lap you kind of get better, maybe you get worse. Because you learn a bit more about the car, how the corners react to the car.
Ah! There it happened.
Ooh. See it on the mini-map. Small mistake there by Dan. I guess you tried
Yeah.
to accelerate out of turn 1. That
No,
just
what
came
basically
around.
happened is I shifted too early, and downshift came too early, and the rears blocked. So the
Oh.
rear came around.
Ah.
So yeah, you can permanently see at the bottom left. Ooh, a big lockup. Not the gravel. The rare gravel on this track.
Oh yeah, the jumpy gravel, right?
Yeah. But there you can permanently see a battle in the bottom screen. I didn't like that. What we didn't mention really in the pre-show, the brakes are very sensitive in this car. So you need to watch out, because once you apply too much pressure, you saw what happened to me, you just go straight because you lock up. So it's also very technical to drive.
And also, this is a very intense track for the brakes, because we have so much acceleration and then braking from very high speeds.
Uh-oh.
So there's yellow flag.
Not just yellow flag, blue flag.
Yeah, right. This is your teammate, isn't it?
It is.
No.
The pain.
He must have... oh, he pitted. He just pitted.
Yeah, he came out of the pits just in front of me.
Bahrain's not quite up to scratch yet. Okay. Maybe he'll learn throughout the season. Maybe he won't.
What I like about him is his accent. He has a really nice accent.
Nice Indian accent. He does actually, to be fair. He's got...
No,
good speaking voice.
that's the fact.
Yeah.
It's not an Indian. It's like Oxford English.
Well, it is obviously with an Indian time, but yeah, it's because
Yeah.
he studied a lot in the UK.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, this car really screwed me over there. My crew is really wanting me to come in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do it fairly early.
This is holding me up a little bit. HRT tactics are applied right here, like we did in qualifying.
Yeah. Oh, how the turntable.
And there's another one. So
Oh. Oh, okay. I was looking, but I guess it's not P6 or.
Yeah,
but
Button
people
also
fit it.
having a really bad time in P22 right now.
Yeah, we
Already,
fit it already.
yeah, also, yeah, he's on a different strategy.
So now lap cars are really gonna spice things up.
Because sadly, rFactor 1 AI doesn't know blue flags that well.
Yeah.
So it will be just like racing them.
IndyCar.
You need a good amount of luck to get them on the right play at the right place, like on the straight or something like this.
Almost lost the car.
It feels like at the beginning of the stint, Chrissy can drive away. But when it comes to the end of the stint, pace swings around basically. Also don't wanna risk too much.
Especially in the beginning of a season, it's so important to get the points. Chances are much higher at the beginning of a season that something crazy happens. Maybe I can get him. But that was a dive and a half.
Getting pushed by Seb, countered by Seb.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Algasari overtook Barrichello. That's cool.
Button is making a move on Kobayashi in front of me. But he... Yeah, he did. Made it stick. But now Kobayashi is coming back a bit. Actually, they are really fighting it out here. This is awkward now. Ah!
Oh, whoa!
Whoa! Yeah, that was really, really awkward there. Barton basically blocked me, pushed me off the track, and now Ellie is in the lead.
It's time for the green table in the pits, I guess. Only took
Basically
19 laps.
Basically my old team turning against me. It's treason then.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Jensen. What's happened to you?
Jensen, my friend.
My friend Jensen?
He seems like he made the wrong switch.
Yeah, let's see about that. Just coming out behind my team, right?
Ah, I see.
Relax.
Getting
Yeah,
the
system
slipstream
testing.
strats working again.
Possibly.
I like all the details in these plugins, but it's kind of concerning when you get the fuel reading in seconds.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Ali is now in the pits for his second and quite frankly his last pit stop.
If we make it,
Oh, I'm still in second. So maybe this will be a close fight till the end. Let's see.
Seb, why did you lose so much time on pit exit?
so I made the mistake of not requesting.
Ah,
So pit crew wasn't ready, so I had to wait 3 more seconds because I had to run out. I mean, Mercedes has a bit of history with longer pit stops, but I just said it was on me. Can't blame the team, didn't tell them. So now it's all out or nothing, I guess.
Yep, it's all guns blazing.
Bit of a bigger gap to Chrissy now because of the pit stop, but trying our best here to get it back. Bottom left you can always see battle for the lead, and obviously sometimes Chrissy.
and got picked again.
How many laps is it? Because I never understand it.
5 more, I think.
Fernando. Oh
I
no.
get so unlucky with the lap cars.
Fernando has come out behind Petrov.
Oh,
Oh no!
it's got. At least it's not for the championship, so don't worry.
You say that now,
PTSD.
but maybe come Abu Dhabi,
Oh yeah, that's true.
he'll remember. Yeah, Bahrain.
I think I'm coming up to Chandler.
Yep, yeah. I'm overcooking it right now way too much. It's not good.
Not only you.
I get basically every lap car that I approach is in the braking zone or in the corner. So I get held up so much by them.
2 bags.
Now behind Alonso. Maybe some Spanish tactics are applied here.
Hamilton also having a bad time. Massa also having a bad time. Like they're all at the back.
I mean, the surprise of the race is definitely the Resta being in front of both the Bulls.
Yeah,
The rest isn't in the field.
You mean Degrassi?
yeah, the Grassi.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Vettel made a good recovery from 10 up to 6.
Yeah, you still got Weber,
front
even
of
though Weber
Weber,
got that
yeah.
crazy start.
Yeah. And Kovalainen is also in the points for... Oh, come on, Petrov.
Is he 10?
And, yeah, he is.
Oops. I mean, Barrichello and also great race for William.
Oh, De Grassi is in the pits and Vettel is in the pits. So never mind about the good result.
I mean, I think everyone else needs to pit then. Probably see then. So Chandler is slowly coming up.
It's been a bit of a lonely race now for me. After I made that one lockup mistake. But it has
That was
it's
close to-
definitely... I mean, you made your mistake and then I made mine, so...
Yeah, but I was close to blowing it now a few times already again. So please, Chandler, be gentle to me.
And recently I've gone wide in turn 1 all the time. But a really close battle at the front.
No, it's not. I'm losing so much ground due to the lap cars. Already 6.
Vettel!
Uh-oh.
Oh, why?
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Congrats.
Did he brake check you?
He swiped me off.
Oh,
Yeah, I have
that's...
no front wing either.
Oh, shite.
Crap.
But this is really...
Controversy in the first race already.
Yeah.
I'm
Go for it,
kinda...
Nikita,
I'm
this is really,
kinda happy
really
that it's not Petrov. That would have been...
Yeah.
That it's Vettel is
Yeah.
even more crazy. That he does,
Yeah.
does something like that.
He's all... He's already eliminating like championship contenders.
Well, let's hope for LA he comes out in front of. Repairs shouldn't take long. At least not too long.
Oh no.
Did you speed?
Yeah.
So now Chrissy is promoted to second.
But as we just found out, something can happen every second, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, we are just talking about.
Yeah, like everything is settling in, and then we get a friendly reminder that this is Formula One. Anything can happen any moment. For moments before this incident with Vettel happened to you, Ali, I was nearly brake checked by Julie. We came out of this right-hander uphill, this hairpin, and he suddenly applied the brakes and was nearly all over him. But Vettel kept his stick.
Yeah.
That's a stop and go?
So it's even harsher.
Normally a drive through.
Yeah, it should be a drive-through.
What a joke.
So there's a double podium for Mercedes.
Like,
I think LA will keep the P4, but.
No, I won't. I've missed my pit stop.
No, it's
can't
fine though,
remember.
the gap is really big. We will keep the P4.
Yeah.
Wait, shit on me, game. Oh well. Okay,
Weber is really close to Vettel.
Yeah, they are really close.
So maybe we can see an overtake there.
Should be the last stop now, next one.
Yeah, right. 1 lap to go now.
So who
I
knows,
almost
maybe Red Bull ruins another dream.
I almost
Yeah,
lost
they're in
it.
a fight now. I think I won't lap them.
I almost
At the
lost it
race.
in the fast left right thing. I touched the curb,
Oh god.
Oh, this is only for the brave.
and the wheel was like, I'm gonna go straight now.
I'm actually really marginal on rear brakes. Like 8% there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's accurate though.
Yeah, I don't know that. And rarely really say like that when it comes to those numbers.
No, Weber won't pass. To your race.
21.
Yeah. But actually it would be multi 65.
65?
Yeah. Weber's running the 6, Vettel's running the 5. Are you in again?
Yeah, I missed the pit through.
Oh.
I couldn't reverse. So.
Oh.
Why?
The grass is now on the back front
A
stretch.
10-second stop and go.
Yeah.
So here
No,
we go.
I've lost
First
people.
win of the season. Nice job. That was a really controversial race. Prissy finishing P2, well done. Very good race. Very good debut. And there comes Seb. Finishing P3. double podium for Mercedes on their first race. Now we have to wait for Rossi. Maybe we can see some last lap overtakes, because LA is now in 7th, chasing down both Red Bulls. So there's Di Grossi, best of the new teams. Oh, Vettel is pitting!
Where's
Webber's
the finish
pitting as
line?
well.
Oh! Stat.
So Webber lost the place to LA in the pit.
Yeah, that LA finishes P6
Yeah.
behind Vettel, but just really barely.
Yeah.
I think they ran out of fuel till the end. That's I never seen that before. It's something
It
new.
was actually kind of
But
funny.
they did a free stop, so I don't get it. Maybe they had a
They under fueled
Yeah.
maybe or something. I don't know.
maybe just a problem at the pit stop. Too less the fuel rig. That just didn't get enough.
I was lucky return there to P6. But
Shouldn't have been there to begin with, to be honest. But hey, whatever.
Take
But,
care
we-
of performance now.
but we see you guys in the, well, Park Fermé, I guess, in the comments. Not in the comments, in the post-race discussion. So see ya. Welcome back. The action has dialed down a bit. It's all nice and quiet here. You can see the people all looking at our cars outside the pits. It was really, I would say, obviously, there was some, well, the other drivers didn't do so well, let's say it like that, in terms of pace. That will obviously be improved over the season. Everyone's working on their car and we are working on ours, so we will see how that goes in Australia. And maybe, definitely there will be a change in the 3rd and 4th round of that. A solid finish, obviously, for Mercedes. 1st and 3rd, obviously, unfortunately, because of Vettel. He was under investigation right now, who has to look, the stewards are looking at the footage, what happened there with him and LA in that complex, and we will maybe we see something for the next race, maybe something will happen to Vettel. Young career, but already making his name for taking out potential winners. We're gonna start with, not me, well, I myself, I guess, interview myself. I was happy in the end with the result. Obviously, I profited from LA missing the pit spot for his penalty, and that he had that penalty because of the speeding, because I think he would have gotten me. Had a really good battle with Prix over the first time. I made one big mistake, which pretty much took me out of the contention for P3. Overall, I think the pace was there, the car was feeling good. I guess I have to see how it goes in Australia, but for now, like Dan said many times, it's time to take the points, back them before it gets really hard to get them, because that's how it always has been, because everyone goes faster over the season, so it's always good in the first couple races to back points, especially now the momentum is kind of there maybe for Mercedes with that first win. Obviously you shouldn't sleep on that, because who knows what happens in Australia, and the HRT proved to be really fast, and obviously I guess Red Bull, Christian Horner, taking a look at the Toro Rosso garage and going like, how is that thing so fast? But yeah, we going straight up next to the Austrian we just talked about for a moment. Chrissy, you had a really good start off the line. It was almost 3 wide at the beginning. Talk us through that. How did you manage that? What were your thoughts when the green light came on?
I mean, obviously I was pumped. Because first F1 race starting from P3, the launch was great. I backed out though at the start because I was like, gotta take it easy to turn 1, don't want to damage the car. But I really got the jump on Dan. at first, obviously. But the conservative turn 1 made the Di Grassi try to watch for the spot as LA slightly lost the car in turn 2. We were then free wide into turn 3, which was a bit scary, but we all made it. So yeah, speed was great. I made one big mistake and some slight mistakes, but I obviously got lucky with P2 in the end because speed-wise we couldn't catch the 2 leaders. But I'm grateful that it worked out in the end.
And overall, you said the mistake. I saw you spin once. I guess that is just a typical place to spin out in that turn 1, turn 2 complex. I was able to dodge it and you didn't lose much time, but
yeah, I tried something else in turn 1 for once and immediately
didn't work.
in the ass.
But yeah, then obviously I had that small mistake. We had a small battle there, but then the tires, the pit stops didn't work out that good for me. We have to work on that. Overall, I think it was a good race for you. You had obviously your time with the lapped cars. I think you managed them also well. And just good luck for Australia, I guess. It's a whole different level of track. And we'll see what difficulties will await us there. Now we go probably to the favorite of the race at some point. And then when we basically need to learn, we LA and not LA. Dan and me did what we always did and started talking about how the race is going. Yeah, and then it happened. LA, you had a really good start. I saw you in front. You had that 3 wide moment, but then you were just driving away from Chrissy and me. Had the pace to keep up with Dan. They made some small mistakes. Then got obviously hit by the traffic, and you profited from that. Strategy wise, it looked like we were all on the same strategy, maybe Dan hitting a bit earlier than the main runners, but yeah, then talk us through what happened there with Vettel. I know that you've been in the talks because we had to wait for you to come back now in the office because we are with the stewards right after you stopped the car, but yeah, what happened?
Coming up to Vettel after the back straight, I get down his inside to lap him, of course, and he sticks it side by side through the S's and decides to just chop into me and sends the car into the wall, and that was it. That was as much as it is. It was stupidly reckless. Shouldn't be on the racetrack if you're doing that, and I hope you get something for it. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, here the stewards are still looking at. I guess we will have more information about that at Australia in Melbourne. Most likely it will be a grid penalty, as you guys know from the rules that we always apply. If it will be a big one or a normal one, we will see. But overall, LA, I think you can be pretty happy though, even though the first race didn't go according to plan. I think you can be happy with the pace. I know Shantok had issues, but I also got kind of reports that he just had a car issue, so he couldn't really push it after the first stint. But overall, you should be really happy, right?
I mean, the team did a good job today. Did stellar weekend. The car's been great. Strategy was also good. We didn't expect Dan to hit so early. Actually, I thought he was going to try the 3-stopper. I think he pushed really hard at the beginning. It allowed him to get like the 8-second gap. But I really think after the pit stop, I managed to gain through the pit stop. And then obviously he made his first mistake and then got caught out by the traffic. And then we capitalized on that. And I thought we were doing really good carving our way through the traffic. But, it wasn't meant to be. We'll come back in Australia stronger.
Yeah, I hope that also for you, because you had a really good pace, and we can just wait what happens with the car over the season, and it's a good showing by HRT for the first race. So now to the race winner. I would say this time it was lucky that we can say that you won the race. Obviously, against all odds, you had the mistakes with the turn 1 at that one time, and the traffic obviously also making your life harder. overall strategy-wise, you pitted earlier than everyone else, which was probably the idea to go just a bit shorter at the beginning and then longer at the end, I guess. But yeah, talk us through it, Dan.
Yeah, start was pretty average, to be honest. I mean, Chrissy said it. He was all over my gearbox. Even have to lift for that. But overall, it was an okay start. I placed my car in the middle of the track, so to make it awkward for anyone to get by to turn 1. And yeah, basically controlled the race for the first stint, building a big gap. Like I said, plan was in fact to really push it in the first stint, building a big gap. I managed to do that. I think it was around 8 seconds, something like this. And start the fuel saving then during the second stint, which worked actually pretty good. Managing the pace on less power. Yeah, but then obviously this mistake happened. It was just down to me just shifting too early, and then the back end snapped and sent me into a half spin in the first corner. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Then of course my advantage was a little bit disappeared a little bit. Then the traffic approached, and that basically was the point where things got a little bit messy for myself, because I had the feeling that Ali was dealing with the traffic much better than I did. Maybe I was a little bit too hesitant. Maybe I approached some cars at really, really unfortunate places, like in corners or in braking zones, where you think, okay, I can go for the move, but maybe if it goes wrong, I lose my front wing. So just better don't. And then I approached, I think it was Button, fighting it out with a Sauber. I think it was Kobayashi. Yeah, I think it was Kobayashi. And they ran too wide through turn 9 and 10, and I was on the outside, and Button pushed me basically, which sent me into a half spin into Ellie's car, which put me straight, losing the lead. Then at the pit stop, which was normal pit stop, who did a very good job, like on the first pit stop. And yeah, then Ellie did a stop, and he managed to build a 3-second gap, I think. And yeah, then more traffic appeared. Basically same as in the second stint. Really, really unfortunate. Cars didn't move out of the way, which they obviously don't do in rFactor. Yeah, and the big and the gap basically increased, and I was like, yeah, because of my mistake, I lost my advantage. So it's only fair that Ali leads, and as soon as he built that gap of 6 seconds, I was like, yeah, second is fine for me with that performance. And then obviously, yeah, this Vettel incident happened, which I haven't seen yet, but looks like it was really clumsy actually, especially for a lap car, which gifted me the lead back, so that was nice gift. And yeah, basically turned on the engine right away and managing to get the car home, because I was really marginal on engine wear and on brakes, as the team told me. Yeah, so lucky race win. It's nice to get the win so early in the season. I didn't expect it, but we were really equally on pace. I just checked the lap times, and Ali and myself, we were really evenly matched. So that would have been maybe a really nice fight. Hopefully we can have some in the near future, which I think we will. So yeah, overall very happy. It was an unexpected win. Yeah, but I'll take it. So yeah, very happy with that.
Thank you. And I would say we can go straight to the points. Obviously, there's no big difference now, because first race, oh god, who's gonna lead the championship? But I think the interesting part is more like the team championship, how the new teams performed, how the old teams performed, and maybe there's also some surprises now in the top 10 before we go to Australia next week.
Yeah, definitely. So let's have a quick look on the table. So yeah, it's basically like the race results. So myself in the lead from Chrissy in second, then obviously Basti is in third, Degrassi is in 4th with 12 points. Then Vettel in 5th. LA in 6th. Weber is 7th. Alguersuari is in 8th. Barrichello is in 9th. And Kovalainen is in 10th. So yeah, some big surprises actually. Degrassi performing really good. And obviously Kovalainen also getting a point for one of the new teams. So let's have a look on the constructors. So Mercedes leads with 40 points, ahead of Toro Rosso with 22. The only teams with both cars the points. So Alguersuari obviously also finishing there. No, that's not true. That's a lie. Red Bull also finished in the points. They are in 3rd with 16 points. Then Virgin in the small battle of the new teams, they are in the lead right now with 12 points in 4th. Then HRT with 8 and Williams in 6th with 2 points, and Lotus have 1 point. All the other teams still have no points to their name. The most prominent ones are obviously McLaren and Ferrari. So I think Button, Hamilton, Massa and Alonso, they really underperformed. I didn't expect that. I really expected them to be on in the front, the lead. And yeah, with that, maybe we can just have another quick words from all the drivers in their native language. So, Chrissy, would you start? See you.
He should be, but I think we lost the connection to him. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is.
War ein gutes Rennen. Zwar jetzt Glück gehabt am Ende. Danke nochmal an Red Bull für die Chance. Und ich hoffe, die Saison kann viel Punkte weitergehen.
Okay, Ale.
Sabemos que no era el resultado que queremos, pero el equipo estaba bien, el coche estaba muy bueno y nada. Ya volvemos para el siguiente y vemos qué resultado puedo sacar en Australia.
Okay, Basti.
Ich würde sagen, gutes Rennen für Mercedes. Ich hoffe, es geht so weiter. Wir müssen noch ein bisschen an der Pace arbeiten. Ansonsten ziemlich zufrieden. Mal gucken, was Melbourne so bringt. Und natürlich Dan.
Ja, natürlich zuallererst super Ergebnis für uns. Der erste Sieg im Comeback, der erste Sieg für Mercedes. War natürlich ein bisschen glücklich insgesamt durch die ganze Situation an der Spitze. Gehört auch dazu. Manchmal muss man auch ein bisschen Glück haben. Allerdings zeigt das auch, dass es sehr eng an der Spitze ist. ART und wir waren von der Pace her sehr ähnlich und deswegen müssen wir jetzt dranbleiben, hart arbeiten für Australien, für Malaysia, für die restliche Saison. Und ja, hoffentlich können wir da weitermachen, wo wir jetzt aufgehört haben.
Thank you, Dan. And I think with all that being said, I see you all in Australia in 1 week. And hopefully you enjoyed the first start into the season. We will work on everything, including AI and everything. Improvements are welcome as always. And yeah, see you next week. Have a good time. Goodbye.
Bye.